Welcome to another podcast of Lightsabers, Jokes, and More. It's been a while since I've done a podcast. I'm very, very excited to be back. Better view? Great. So, let's just move on to the Minecraft myths. Hee. Yeah. Anyway. First, we're going to start off with some that you may have not heard of, for those who know about Minecraft. And then we're going to talk about some of the more well-known and much more scary myths. We're going to start off with the least scary one that I know of. And that would be Villar. He's some villager that some hostile Minecraft villager that will attack you and start you'll know he's going to attack you when you see the glowing changing different colors. Only seen after you committed terrible deeds to villagers in Minecraft. And I'm not just talking killing a villager. We're talking about killing the entire community and leaving only one survivor. And that survivor becomes possessed by Villar to destroy you. But here's another one. One that will shock you all. Those who play Minecraft. Those of you who play Minecraft may have probably heard of her. Her name is, she's called Giant Alex. One of the scariest of the creepypastas. She's one of the terrible three. Well, as I call them. And let me tell you something. She is monstrous. Personally, I've never seen her, but I've heard rumors about her. Although I have seen what she can leave behind. Massive footprints. And let me tell you something. She is monstrous. Not as monstrous as a couple of the others. Now, next off on the list is the Gnoll. So, here's the thing about the Gnoll. He is just completely crazy. Capital C, crazy. He hunts players and kills them. I don't know why. Some people have their theories, but I think he's just some virus. If he's real. The next one I'm going to tell you guys about is the Blood Golem. Now this one I can elaborate a bit more on because I've actually almost had a run because I actually may have almost had a run-in with it. One of its abilities is to change every flower. You may know when the Blood Golem is near, because if you're in a village, because every flower in the village will turn to red poppies. And I mean, just very, very scary. Just completely scary. Well, but if you don't flee the village, if you built a base there, pack up everything you can as quickly as possible. or destroy it and leave your server or personal world. Because I've heard he doesn't just infect servers. I hear he infects one-player worlds. First sightings of this thing were actually seen in the Nether. Well, I know that my theory is that he goes after players who have committed terrible crimes against villagers and iron golems. And golems, like the ones who to those who basically just say those who committed crimes to those who dwell in villages. Then he goes after you, kind of like Villar. And well, there's another one, and this one you are not ever gonna like. People call him Entity 303. Now he's known to be one of the. Some people call him the best griefer because he literally. Some say there's actually a song about Entity 303. Says in one of the lyrics it says, I was born just to grieve. That song, it has everything about him. Then that kind of tells you already, seeing that he's born just to grief. That virus is almost as bad as they come. If you see him, he's gonna start destroying your builds. Then he may hack onto one of your group meets, and frighten you guys all to insanity. I heard there were even reported cases of kids leaving, and the last thing was like 303 written on their keyboard, I think. That's a sign that NC303 has driven them mad, and they ran away from their homes, away from their family. Now, that's just scary, because I hope those kids were found. And another thing and he usually says, make a wish. When you find the Make-A-Wish, and he says, your wish is granted, by then you may be completely freaked out. I consider myself lucky never to have ever even had a sign of him. However, and most of these I've never actually encountered. I've heard stories. Well, I swear I actually did see some black figure. Because the Knoll is actually a representation of the void. And like the void, he's completely black. No eyes to be able to see. You never know when you're looking at the front or back of him. Now, have any of you ever heard of the Now, I assume some of you, the very nerdy Minecrafters, who go all the way into Minecraft folklore, have heard about the Farlands. Some of you may have even searched for it. Some of you may have even found it. I myself have searched for it, but I never found it. But I do know what lurks there. A dangerous creature, known as the Farlands Man. Now you see, rumor has it he built the place looking for solitude. Well, that's not what he got. That was not what he got at all. And long story short, There are a lot of ghosts up at the peak of the area of the Farlands. And if you go there, they're probably going to screech at you to leave. They don't want you suffering the same fate they did. I estimate maybe, do the math. 700? Good news, they could, nah, I'm joking. Anyone who was killed there, who may have been killed, just respawns. Only they have to go make the very long journey going back there. I've heard it's almost impossible to find in some versions of Minecraft. The version I used to play on my DS, let's just say, it was always one seed. I traveled around the entire border that surrounded it because there's like those older versions where there's a void in the wall. So technically, you're enclosed into one space. Yeah, I used to play on that kind of world. And look, it was not fun. And I actually went across the entire border, and I never found the Farlands because I hear it's like right at the edge of it all. But we don't need to get into that anymore. Now, here's one that's gonna rattle your bones. This is a very well-known creepypasta with many, many sightings. You may know him as Herobrine. From what I know, most people think he's a fake, a mod that people could just put into the game. Well, there have been many sightings. Some of them have been proven to be hoaxes. Otherwise, they were just people just admitted they were hoaxes. But yeah, sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes it's so clear that people can actually see it, like in the light of day. But I have never seen him. But I have friends who have seen him. My cousin Charlie told me that the Herobrine virus he said he's had a lot of encounters with the hero. He said it was a virus, not an NPC like villager thing, or Steve that was just turned evil. No, it was a virus that may have had a physical form. I actually saw it happen once on his computer. A giant hole, complete we're talking like huge crater, went all the way down to bedrock. It suddenly appeared with him right on the edge of it, but his cats weren't so lucky. Every cat literally fell off the leash, dying in the void. He said that happens a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my cousin may believe in him. But personally, I don't know. All right, the last thing on my creepypasta sauce with a few extra meatballs of blazing destruction. The last one is Giant Steve. Now, many of you may have not heard of Giant Steve, but trust me, cray. Legend has it that he eats players. But he is one of the three. He is one of the scary three that I would call, as I call them. Herobrine, Giant Alex, and Steve. I know for a fact that Giant Steve cannot have been a myth. There have been sightings of him, and even a video in which he actually moved. Now that is a scary sight. If it moves, then you know it's not fake or a mod, because it would just be a portrait. If it doesn't move, then it's maybe most likely a hoax. If it actually walks, then you might want to find safety in your home in Minecraft, but I don't think that's going to work really well. Given he's giant, he'll just destroy the home. Anyway, I think it might be time for closing time.